Hello, ladies and gentlemen, to the people of YouTube. Heads up, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm gonna be saying that a lot because of the nature of my analyst desk work. I am waking up at very crazy hours. But let's take a look at this game. People ask me a lot about Caps' performance, the draft, and so forth. I think there are some key things that you always want to look at when you're looking at a draft. So you take a look at the bans, like in a meta where there are very specific picks that you play and you don't want to play. You think of the context of bin. There's always context of the players, right? Those are the bans you need to look out for. Shen is something that is more of a LEC pick, so they're removing it. Lucian, the same thing. And then Ornn, because bin wants to force matchups that are a bit more explosive. Yeah? So that is the reasoning for that. Just quick, easy reasoning. Same thing over here. Nidalee removed, they don't want to play it. Sofm Nidalee is one of the best in the world. To Safei, okay for Angel, and then Camille as well, because they got manhandled by the Camille first game with the Ignite. So that was interesting, right? That was the first time I've seen in a long time where Wunder got handled in such a way, which is super cool. Anyhow, we have Graves first pick, which makes sense. Graves no synergy with GP, right? Graves no synergy with GP, but okay. It all depends on what other pieces there are, because you can isolate GP and you don't need to have synergy with GP. GP is going to ult, blah, 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 ha, 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 ha. He's going to Carong Barrage. You can ignore this. This synergy don't matter. They both have beards, so that's cool. You walk into the second phase. If you look on the other side first, Syndra, Lilia, these two together. Mid laner and jungle not having synergy is a bigger problem. Because here, there is something called the Kassadin theory. I'm going to name it the Kassadin theory. So usually people have the reaction Kassadin double AP. But the problem is Kassadin is too trash most of the time. Like, he needs two ideal conditions to work. Usually in situations where Kassadin works, anything else would have worked too. Anyhow, the Kassadin theory is you have a champion in mid that gets countered by Mercury. There's a class of champions that love to buy Mercury, like Akali. Akali buys Mercury, and then she's going to win against Syndra 1v1. Magic resistance is very valuable, and that is super cool. Yes, this is live. Chat is just silly. I'm not going to read the chat. Anyhow, Mercury is going to make Akali super strong. Boom, Akali is going to be an absolute monster. Yeah? In the 1v1 is going to be super good. In those cases, your jungler is supposed to get some value, because mid 2v2 is so important, especially for a champion like Syndra. Syndra is designed for the 2v2 mid in a lot of cases. She's very similar to LeBlanc, and she can fight for prio. She can win some lanes 1v1, but a matchup like Syndra against Akali is very jungle dependent. So right here, we have Mercury value, very juicy for Akali. We had second wave Echo ban, and then Bard targeted at SwordArt. He had a good performance as well. Anyway, you could consider banning Akali, but they don't, and they get to play into it. Once again, Akali and Graves don't have the best synergy, but in this particular case, it matters less. It matters less because Akali will not need that much jungle help against double AP because of the Kassadin theory. Mercury is going to be super valuable. Leona is the ideal pick for a team composition that has very little AP damage, because here you need to make that consideration, Ninja Tabi versus Mercury, because Leona counts as AP. She is an AP champion. She forces Merc threat buys. Anything that is forcing Mercury out is just AP. So you have 2 AP, and then you have Ashe, and then of course GP has magic damage, and Ashe has arrow, of course. So don't get me wrong. There is some room for that. So the only thing that Graves really has synergy with is the Ashe Leona, because there's a lot of lanes that Ashe Leona have prio on. Graves needs prio to play with. Akali can play in isolation against Syndra and Lilia, so this is something that is very easy for her, and GP will also be isolated. So Graves is going to continuously path into bottom and then go. But if G2 managed to shut this down and win bottom for some reason through Syndra prio early and going to bottom side, there's definitely ways for them to be the ones that are the aggressors. Mercury's happens at a very specific point in the game. It's not something that starts in the get-go. Lilia and Syndra can still do a fair bit of controlling, and they can also, you know, do some damage onto an Akali in the early game before those Mercuries land. So Syndra can definitely use her prio, and you know, you can go for it. So people ask me what I don't understand the Sion too much. I know it's a very big EU thing. They had Sion into GP. He's gonna shield up, whatever. I'm not a big fan of it. I think when you have Lily jungle, I thought they were just gonna go for Renekton here. Like Lilia Sion 2v2 is not so exciting to me when Syndra is your mid laner. That's my problem with this. Anyhow, we continue. Graves needs to play through bottom side, Akali isolated, GP isolated. When you only have one option to play through as a jungler, you don't like it too much. It's not the best situation for you, because things can go wrong. So admittedly, it's scary enough for you to have to ban it, yes. Perkz flash, very important. We're talking about how Graves is going to play through bottom side. This is going to be key for the game. Thank you so much for subscribing, Joachim Phoenix 8111. That was an attempt at reading that. Jesus' draft is not completely terrible because they're in a position where the enemy champions are not that strong when it comes to, you know, it's not that terrible because Suning's champions are volatile. They can die, you know? They can die with mistakes. Nevertheless, G2 still commit to this invade. There was a ward put. They don't have a second sweeper. They start the Raptors, and Graves is doing exactly the same. Graves is going to be a little bit behind on tempo because Lilia gets a leash. So this is a good start for Lilia. She doesn't do any cross map, and considering we spoke about prio, this is a very good thing for, of course, G2. The one lane where Graves should have prio is now being controlled, but because of the idea that the map is divided, of course, Sion can't pressure, so it's going to be just flipped. GP is going to be able to contest and have prio, of course, against Sion. I think early levels he's going to have that anyway from level 1 and onwards. He went for Sapphire Crystal, wants to get the Sheen base, yada yada yada, and then the map is split. Here, I don't understand. So first this happened. Caps is sacrificing himself to continue getting a lead. This is something that impacts your lane. These are very key seconds for Caps. Wasting time here, not good for your lane phase. Akali can breathe. If Akali can breathe, she regens too much. Doran shield, fleet footwork. This is not good. Same thing here. Looking at Syndra, she goes all the way to the golems. What on earth? It is crazy. Like Syndra is going to the kitchen, getting water, and the game has already started. This loses mid. As crazy as it might sound, I don't know if it's a team decision or a Caps decision. He's checking his golems for his Nidalee. He did something similar with Jace too. But now Akali is already winning. Caps is Caps is pretty much Akali is full HP, potion on, level ahead. Already Caps is in a tough situation, because he has an AP jungle. So the timing window where they can actually impact Akali is so much smaller. And Akali has been nerfed. So this is a big throw already. People are talking about Caps underperforming. Lane phase was now, you know, in shambles due to these decisions. Akali is ahead. Akali is super happy. Akali is smiling. She's slow pushing wave into Caps. Caps is 1 corrupting and Angel is full. It's very, very rough. And Caps is now. So Sofm is doing drive-out, going for the second Raptors. And Jankos is slightly ahead due to the nature of the invade getting leash. 8 CS ahead. It's not shabby, but it's at the price of Perkz' lane if this was the mindset they were in. There's no pro view, and I can't even show pro view on stream. So this is bad for Suning. I think this game G2 managed their bot lane quite good in conjunction with the jungle, and this is the price that Suning's bot lane needs to pay because of the swap and how the map is divided naturally. And here Sofm is showing, and then Jankos is here on bottom side, and I believe Sofm is level 4. So here, if Suning are a little bit more patient, it would be better. I'm not allowed to restream it, guys. I'm not allowed to restream it. I will get banned if I make content around these things. I just want to find how Huanfeng is using flash. Because Huanfeng doesn't have flash. Oh, he just trades flash with Mikyx. Mikyx flashes. Okay. Can you speak Polish? Not everyone speaks English. Yeah, because everyone speaks Polish, right? It's the international language. Anyhow, mid is already in shambles. Angel's in a very good state. He's approaching Mercury base. He's already head on CS. Look at this beautiful CSing under the tower as well. This CSing is very nice under the tower. I really appreciated this. I think he misses only one minion. Some beautiful, that's the minion he misses, and that's the Q. And then look at his gold. His gold is so important. This is Doran's Ring and Dark Seal. Lilia is nowhere to be found. Angel just goes for the recall. So FM does some crazy business. But Caps doesn't freeze, so Akari is chilling. And look at that holy base. Mercury. Null Magic Mantle OP, guys. He TPs into lane to just play for lane phase, which is understandable. Caps has this little window where he has some advantage, but there's no dive pressure, so he's completely good. G2 are looking for the Raptors, but okay, you can give them up. Sofm was kind of crazy here. This was a big mistake from Sofm. That's why it doesn't really make a lot of sense to have Akari together with Graves. They don't play on the same wavelength. And here Akali is very happy to be in this position, but Graves is not happy that they're in this position. Sofm should give this up naturally. They just saw Mikyx in mid. They see that they have the prior situation. The fact that Angel is walking over here is crazy. Anyhow, there's a continuation. We slow this down. Angel is looking to fight. Man's got Mercury. But there's nothing here. There's really nothing here. So this is a mistake. Good play from G2. This was a good look. Let's grab some water. While Jankos is ahead in jungle, and bot lane is in a good situation, it still doesn't fix Caps' situation. Here, Angel is pressuring dive. I think Caps was a little bit too defensive there because he had Lilia right behind him. But Jankos just makes the lane worse for Caps here. So he walks up to the wave and they share all this XP. And there's the spells, and they shared all the experience. Here, Caps gets snapped in half, another trade. Up until now, Caps' issues are about him going to check the Raptors, him going to check the Golems, didn't have a base timer, Graves came and pushed mid, he committed to the Raptor play, and the only person that gained anything out of it was Lilia. Same thing here, right? Leona trades life, trades his life, Akali gets a kill, and Lilia gets the money. Do I blame Caps for the sequence of what happened in this game? No. Up until now, I don't think it's fair to criticize Caps, unless it was his decision to go all the way up to check the Golems and to check the Raptors. I think the draft, playing Akali against Lilia and Syndra, you're very happy because of the Mercury, you've mentioned this a million times. And now, Lilia is supposed to funnel that money back into Syndra. That's why, you know, if this was a Galio mid, it would be no problem. Galio always serves the same function. Galio can give himself up for a Lilia. But in this matchup, Syndra giving herself up against an Akali means that Akali is gonna snowball that out of control. Because Lilia can't be babysitting Syndra. It just can't be the case. It's just too bad for the state of the game. I think the only thing that you can really do now with Lilia is thank you so much for the donation, Lucky Mode. I appreciate the donation. So if you want to continue pressuring here, Syndra should just accept that her game is over. And Lilia should just do drive-bys through mid in such a position and get prio together with Syndra, regardless of the state of the game. Use the fact that Lilia does have a big advantage over Graves. That's how you win this. Just Lilia needs to smurf this. But Lilia needs to use her pressure to gain priority in the lanes. But Graves managed to snag the Raptors, and Graves is on even footing in terms of CS. They stole the blue away, which was good. Caps took it. This was a good move. I think they could have even went so far to take the Gromp as well. Ashe and Leona are having a prior situation, and they are trading blue. And anything that is trading even for Graves, he's very happy with. And Sofm is doing well to maintain evenness here. I don't know if they could look for a top dive, but I don't think they should give up that side. They were too late to defend bottom, so defending bottom was definitely the wrong move. I'm in agreement with Cato there. Like if you have a timing window to do both, meaning getting an enemy camp and defending your camp, then I think it's worth. But in this case, SOFM managed to get away with the blue, and I think they could have taken Gromp here and maybe pressured top dive, as someone in the chat mentioned. And now SOFM once again being a sneaky beaky. Getting the golems, which is huge. Going into top side, he's avoiding vision very well. He's spotted on vision now. He's not even going for Wunder. He doesn't give a damn, man. He knows it's a waste of time, so he ignores him. Many times you see Graves players being behind, and they are just, chasing after players for no reason, just to shoot them once or twice. You know, as Lilia, the best place to herald is honestly mid lane. But Mid lane is in such a shit state, so it's a tough decision to make. Like, who do you want to give Rift Herald Gold to? Senna? Sion? I think probably Senna, because Syndra is beyond saving. Yeah, it's honestly so impressive that SOFM, with very limited information, it tracks jungle camps so well. Like this game state for Syndra is not good. Being behind Akali is losing for Syndra. Very losing. Here, big tempo swing. G2 need to give up full bottom side. Look at Syndra position, she just TP'd, she can't face check here. G2 have no business contesting this. The reason they are going is because Wunder is going bot. Like, Syndra's position is very bad for this fight. I didn't understand what the idea was here. I like how Sofm just bails. GPTP stop, and this is huge for Swinning. It's just that G2 forcing a fight on bottom side. The idea is the Sion is coming, but it's such a flat idea here because Syndra position is just too bad. I don't think the problem was Bin's build. I think this was a good Liandry's game, but Fiora needs too many conditions to be useful, while Camille barely has any conditions to be useful. Caps doesn't get any doesn't get any plating here. Like, how fucked is Caps getting this game? Full plating gold in Jankos' pocket. Jankos is just raising his GPM in this game. And SOFM is ahead somehow. Because look at the level of clarity here from SOFM, okay? We take a look at that fight that happened. Look at SOFM, man. He's like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go mid, I'm gonna push, I'm gonna take your top jungle camps, and fuck you. You know? Did you see at any point in time where SOFM wasted time to hit a Sion or anything? His time management is fucking beautiful, man. He was like, yeah, this is lost. I'm peacing out. I'm pushing mid, taking a plating. I'm taking Raptors. I'm waiting for red. And he's ahead again. Really. The only way to really snowball this was Lilia needed to choose a lane to just look to push and look to pressure in order to suffocate Graves more and gain more information. But they didn't use Lilia to gain enough information on the map. They need to use Lilia, push lane, get information, get the wards down in order to spot Graves. Graves was hidden for the majority of the game. Like SOFM played this so good, man. I'm watching this again and I'm so impressed. Unbelievable. What a goddamn beast. Man, I'm gonna walk past SOFM one day. He's gonna take my pants, take my shoes. Just straight up robbery, man. Look at the CS. Look at the CS of our boy SOFM here. This whole game was SOFM finding leads without having prio, man. Mental. And that's why, you know, from the get-go, the draft is a bit wonky. He can't play through the GP, can't play through the Akali, it's not reliable. But the man is a ghost. And I think G2 did a very poor job of managing visions. And I think this is something that the LCK teams are doing super well. When they have prio and they have strengths, they're willing to take the decision to sacrifice a wave, to go and get the vision down, to get the information down, because they know it's going to pay off in the long run. And G2 never took this type of a decision. And then, of course, the fight on bottom side, GP TP top and took platings too. SOFM is Ivan. I think he's Ivan in real life, man. He's just in tune with the game. Really insane. Look at Huanfeng's movements here. He's waiting, he's not taking the bottom wave because he knows he can get dove, and now he's walking forward. Yeah, SOM's level of efficiency is nuts. I wonder how they communicate. Does SOFM talk Mandarin? Does he speak Chinese? I'm just asking because he's Vietnamese. Holy, that's Smurf. This is a moment in time where G2, like, if we look at the spikes of everyone, right? Considering Ashe is going to be late to this, she showed up on bottom, she didn't move. I think maybe there's warrant for the decision of just continuing to push with Ashe. Just this team fight is probably the best one G2's ever gonna get. Because look at the items that are finished. Sunfire Cape, Ludens. Now the difference between Akali and Syndra in the context of a team fight isn't that big of a problem, right? There's one core versus one core, she didn't finish boots. There's no blade on Ashe. This is one of the better moments for G2 to look to force something. Let's take a look at the fight slower. Jankos tanks all of the CC. Mercury is getting a lot of value. Here comes Angel, the Angel of Death. SOFM is just here. Mickey, not sure what Mickey's doing here. Mickey's playing this fight kind of weird. And Jankos also playing it kind of weird. I don't understand why Mickey ults here. Maybe he's trying to prevent a steal or something. And then I didn't understand either why Jankos is sleeping only the Leona here. Like, I feel like that's something that you need to keep for the Akali. Because now the smite comes and then Angel actually gets the last hit, which is nuts. Okay, you're right, he stepped the GP. You're right, you're right. I don't know, maybe this Herald is just trash. Because maybe the mistake is that they're letting Akali catch this wave all alone. Like imagine here, they are just pressuring this. They force a reaction and then they go here. There's just no reaction. Like look how aggressive Graves and Leona are positioned. I think it's a mistake here to allow Akali to get this for free. Because imagine they just push up here, right? And the enemy is doing Herald. Like you're gonna get this tower for it anyway. So it's definitely like an unnecessary risk. But it's also super cool how Suning recognized that, you know, at this point in time when they're grabbing the crab, this is super important. Like they sacrifice, they tank a bot wave and let Ashe be behind on tempo for the sake of this crab, which is super beautiful. I don't think this is not intentional. There's the Crabberoni. The Crabberoni is taken for the rift. And then here G2's movement should be in a way where they pressure Akali completely all the way out here. And then they force a reaction from Suning to walk back into mid. And then there's no hurry to force this rift. The arrow hits Jankos' head. And then I think Suning's champions are just too strong in two scattered situations. Like, hey, Jankos, what can you really do? And he kind of gave Akali like so much freedom here. And then Mikyx is up there and causing havoc. There's the GP ult. GP is taking a nap. And they get the Herald on top of that. I think Leona ulted too early. I think it was pretty close. Keep in mind Mercury. She has Mercury. Perkz and Caps can't zone Akali from taking the Herald? No. This is free food. That's why I think Mikyx makes a mistake. Mikyx needs to ult her out of her own shroud. This is so people were very shocked about this, about the damage here. But Akali waited to enter the fight, and why can't Set wait? I hear this so often as an excuse, like, oh, I'll just wait for them to use their spells. And then, but you know you can keep your spells too. I, as the Set player, can be like, okay, the only way we deal with Akali is if I ult her. So I'm not going to waste my ult no matter what. If Akali is not doing anything and I'm not doing anything, that's a good trade. Anyhow, we look at this situation. He flashes W, ult lands, and this damage is, it is what it is. Red Smite, Mercury, there's no bug here. This is the damage he's supposed to do. Like this is an ult with 4 balls. It was Fleet Footwork, Red Smite. Keep in mind Luden's Echo. Like here is where Luden's Echo gets procced, right? That's why he gets chunked. This is a level 10. Level 10 Red Smited Syndra. I don't think this is bugged. We could just do the math, no? Syndra. Could just do the math. Chakras did the math. Yeah. This makes sense. Yeah. Makes complete sense. I thought it made sense. No, nearsighted has nothing to do with Syndra balls. And now the game is very winning for Suning after this fight. G2 got robbed, run back. This is a phase rush, there's no electrocute, guys. I don't like that we get from a replay into this position of the map. Here it just looks like G2 is conceding so much because Angel just got prio 1v3 in mid and they are hovering into bottom side and G2 is behind on tempo. Do you think JDG has chance to down one? Yes. This is a good Leandri game. Leandri Gangplank. I like Leandri Gangplank here. Yeah. No reason to push. Should just walk into mid, and they should play to the same side. Just GP being a bit of a madman here. Not sure what kind of Booba Ganoush Huanfeng was smoking here. Sony definitely like ran it. Like this position in the game should be very winning for them. But like I don't know what Huanfeng is doing here. Like this is really int. This was really bad. Like he flashed terribly, he used cleanse even worse, and he just ran it in the first place. There's nothing nice to say about this one. The reason Caps went for lucidity is because there's so many Mercuries already on blue side, and all Mercuries are coming, so sorcerer shoes get a little bit less value. And most towns is pretty nice. Trying to learn from Huanfeng, from Sofm's timings. How did SwordArt get here? Look at SwordArt. He's like a ninja turtle. Look at SwordArt finding this angle. This is very nice from SwordArt, finding this position. He's just chilling his beans here. I really like this, man. Look at Sofm. Sofm is fishing. Like just the way Suning were moving around the vision here is so beautiful. So boom, bam. That fact that SwordArt found this position is so good. Boom. Shiggity swag. What snapped Perkz so hard? So Perkz is already half. And then what happens to him? Oh. Boom! He gets barreled in the forehead by Bin. The barrel. Look at that, man. Boom! Bazooka Joe. Is this Nash? Oh, Ben ran it. Where is he going? Where's Ben going? Yo, it was so good. That was the mid tower. Jesus. Suning just ran it down. You know, the way Suning looks in this game is how G2 looked last year. They did so many like cool and smart things, out of the box things that are like really clever in the moment. But then they kind of ran it down a little bit. We were like, that's fine, you know? That's a big deal. They put G2 in a face check position. That sounds kinky, my friend. Beautiful. Oh, SwordArt. What a monster, man. I would shit my pants. Yeah, Suning has a lot of potential, but I was saying this the entire time. I was saying Suning was my dark horse to win this tournament because they ramped up big time. And they lost to top esports, you know? There's no shame in that. Snap. Angel Di Maria. Angel Di Maria. Yo, what are the replays anyway, man? We're watching a replay. This is what we're seeing. We have to look at this Game Boy screen. They're starting Nash. It's really frustrating. Angel Di Maria goes for caps. Angel Di Maria gets snapped. Huanfeng and Angel. Bean Burrito. Yeah, the Game Boy screen, bro, I didn't see shit in it, man. And now there's a Nash. Okay, they got Nash. Like, once again, people are saying that Caps played terribly this game, but I don't think he was set up to succeed in any shape or form. I think it's really, really unfair. The golems, I don't know whose decision that was. Yamato, weren't you on the desk before the game started? Yeah, I was. But it's very different from watching the game while it's just playing and just actually, you know, having the option to go back and whatever. There's distractions in the room, people are talking, people are shouting, you know, G2 is playing, G2 is losing, G2 is winning. Holy, SwordArt is getting bum rushed. But I respect the decision not to use flash. When do you rest? I don't rest. I will rest when I'm dead. Why did Wunder BM here? Where? Where is Wunder BMing? I don't care actually. Yeah, I really like the Graves build. It's very, very juicy. Sofm's Raptors are always dead, man. I wouldn't want to be a Raptor in Sofm's jungle. Because those Raptors die the moment they spawn. You don't even get to go into retirement and enjoy time with your wife or something. You don't get to travel. You're at work one day and then lights out. I was surprised to see the Zhonya's itemization here by Akali. Very surprised. Yeah, I was watching this game with Varius, and the moment Ben Bazooka Joe'd everybody, me and Varius are like, ah, you know, because on a personal note, I want Mickey, I want Jankos, I want Wunder to succeed. On a personal note, I've got love for them, you know? When they succeed, it makes me happy. When they do good, it makes me very happy. But here in the review, I have to be indifferent. On the analyst desk, I need to be indifferent. Right? I'm serving two different roles. When I'm watching it together with Varius, in that moment, of course, we are excited about G2 and want them to win. But I didn't predict G2 to win against Suning. I'm not going to predict with my heart. Here I felt if Suning just kept it more compact, like they wasted a lot of their Nash because SwordArt died. That was a bit of an issue. The next rate they're going to secure. I think people don't understand how good Mercuries are against AP. Like Mercuries make a big difference, in my opinion. So I don't know how we got here. I don't know if it can be called an upset. Like, I was really not sure about who was going to take first here. I didn't understand what Ben was thinking here. Like, he already did good. He barreled Perkz in the forehead and then he dove. Like, Suning just needed to accept the small victories and then they would have finished the game. Bin is a psychopath. Do you think... No, don't buy Mercury against Akali. Like Mercury's alright against Leona. Like, this game, Tabi has good value. Like, from a value point of view, Suning's composition is very well-rounded. Very well-rounded. Tabi is good, Mercury is good. It's a tough decision to make. Akali is 6-0, man. Like, when Akali gets kills, she skips over all of those small phases where she is not so powerful. Like, these items on Akali, Jesus Maria, Angel de Maria, Jesus Cristo is blessing you, brother. Yeah, 5v5s, G2 have no chance. Like the game on paper now is already super over. But I don't understand this. Like, why are these... This is such an easy way of getting banned. Like why? Why are you doing this? You say Tabi is better for sure, but then there's an Akali and an Ashe and a Leona and a Gangplank. It's not so easy to choose your shoes. Choose your shoes. Could be a fighting game, like shoes fight against each other. No? Not a good idea? Okay. Yeah, I just didn't understand what on earth are... Like Mikyx and Wunder, they're looking for some mushrooms here. Like, they're walking up... They're walking up so far here. What do you think about DC versus Void on Syndra here? Seems bad in my opinion. I think it just came down to base timings. I think Deathcap actually gives you more damage in this position against no Magic Mantle and QSS only. But it's more expensive, right? And it's harder to get there. I'm not against the Deathcap purchase. Why do people buy Liandry's? Well, there's a lot of high HP targets on the enemy team. There's Lilia who has Liandry purchased. There's Sion that's stacking so much HP that is set. He knows already there's going to be MR, so he doesn't go Pen, and he doesn't have Sorcerer Shoes, so he just goes Liandry's as a bridge item. Like, Liandry does so much damage to this, like legit Akali. Well, Akali is not here. I was about to say that Akali kills Sion on his own, but that's not true. I just saw him on fire, but it turned out it was GP fire. Why didn't Caps have an impact in the beginning? Go back in the VOD and you will see it. So you're Suning with Nash number 2 and the game should be finished. Let's find the big crucial mistakes that Suning are making in the pushing department. Well, I don't understand why it took them so long to base here. So they're doing this. Ashe is going mid. Why is just pushing mid? She's just wasting the Nash. So Ashe here was trolling. She wants to buy a full item, but honestly, fuck your item. We want to use Nash. And yeah, I didn't understand the PD purchase. What was the point of PD here? Why didn't he actually go for the last Susper like originally planned? Or legit, not even kidding, go Black Cleaver. Not even joking. Potential Black Cleaver game for Ashe. Not even joking. No, I'm not kidding. Ashe is not autoing anyone. She's autoing Set and Sion. I think Black Cleaver could be lit here. Instead of PT. I believe, let me just double check because I remember this. Black Cleaver, Ashe, Q. Black Cleaver on Ashe. Do we have any information here? So with Hurricane it has synergy, right? Good synergy. It has cooldown reduction. Where do we find Ashe? Black Cleaver. Stack Q. Yeah, but it's different because wow. Wow, it applies stacks. Yo, guys. Ashe Black Cleaver is the technology here. Here, Black Cleaver. Not even kidding. You have a fat Graves. You have a fat Gangplank. You get HP. You're not in one-shot range of anyone. Cooldown. Like, you're a dog anyway this game, let's be honest. You're not the one that is gonna win this game. Hurricane and Black Cleaver. I like Black Cleaver here. I like how the chat reactor like Black Cleaver, really? Yamato's saying it, but Black Cleaver is bad. Here, some of the mistakes that Suning were making was... Here, they are not making the waves crash at the same time. Yeah, Akali, relax your nuggets, man. Don't auto-push the wave. Here, Angel Angel Di Maria is pushing so quickly. There's no pressure mid. So Caps and his squad can easily go into here. And he's like, what the fuck? With no pressure? In the past, Black Cleaver Ashe was meta. It was meta. Here Mickey goes. And then they clear this wave. And Sofm is an absolute maniac as well. I don't know why Sofm is all the way up here. But he's doing his best, I guess. It's just, look at the timing of the waves. Wave crashed in mid, and now the wave mid is gone. And now the wave is crashing top, and now G2 can go topside with no problem. Just make the waves crash at the same time, and then you will break both of these towers. I don't know what Sofm is doing here. And Sofm is just... why does he want to shoot Wunder so badly, man? It's just... The idea is you go rapid fire Senna because you get the first auto up for Glacial and you have very, very long range on it. This was pretty sick, honestly. This is pretty sick. This was some snazzy, pizzazzy. And then look at Bin's GP combos as well. Dush. Actually, the combo was not that good because he didn't max range the barrel, so he didn't know the timing perfect. Here, did... No. I kind of knew what Bin was capable of, but he didn't really show his teeth in the early games of the group stage. But I knew what Bin was capable of. I knew he was a beast about to be unleashed. The beast from the Middle East. He's Arabic. He's my cousin. And now, due to all of these mistakes from Suning, they lose a Nash, okay. They have 2 inhibit downs. Yeah, I'm kidding, guys. He's not a beast from the Middle East. Here, the wave is somewhat crashing at the same time, but top wave is not managed well. The top wave needs to be managed better, because the super creeps are coming quite late. As you can see, the super creeps are coming from the minion wave right now. And you want to make sure that they crash all at the same time. You need to make sure that G2 divide themselves. You need to use your minions as a 6-man. But right now the minions don't have any pressure. Huanfeng got snapped. And then Bin, I don't know what Bin is doing here. Bin is... like, what on earth is Bin? Bin, come on, bro. Perkz snaps him. And then I believe he gets caps queued at the same time. What on earth is he's so crazy, man. That was not Senna damage. This is Syndra Q, the person that everyone called useless this game. But you know, this is Syndra Q. The things Suning need to improve on, which is very simple. Very simple. Some players I can teach in 20 minutes. Oh, you need to make the wave. You need to make sure that you crash the wave at the same time. Just don't rush. Make the wave crash at the same time. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then they will take it and they will change it. That's why I'm not too worried about Suning's issues in these games. I doubt they're going to lose 3 games in quarters where they don't know, like, because they don't know how to handle waves. I think it'll be okay. So I'm excited about Suning. I think that's a very solvable problem. So this game begins to get a bit scary because of Senna's souls. Like, she reaches 120 and then she outranges everybody. And that is pretty nuts. There's no defending this because Nash is open. And the good thing about G2's position here is that the inhibitor is about to spawn, and finishing here based off the tempo of the map is kind of tricky. Because once again, all the minions are just dying and they're pushing in. And even though they got Nash here, the tempo of the minions is pretty awkward. They can't really make use of it. Now Kali is going into bottom side, and Suning could do the move where they just all collapse into it. Definitely possible. There's no region restriction on the thing, on the mad thing. The reason Bin bought Cloak of Agility and walked out of base was because he thought they were going for the game-winning push here. Once again, Suning make the same mistake. The wave is crashing and Syndra is allowed to clear it for no reason. And then after that's cleared, they're just walking straight into mid. Maybe the play was for Suning just to run it down altogether on bot. Maybe they kept GP top and just let GP run rampant and let GP push all the way with the minions. That could be cool. And then just look to GP ult behind them, hit it. Like, this is 100% winning. Like, they can win the game here. Now after this Nash is down, now it becomes a little bit iffy. Because it seems like Suning almost got frustrated with this. Because Angel Di Maria goes in a bit too crazy. Look at Angel Di Maria. There's the nap. And there's the snap. And the timing of it all is a bit awkward because Drake is spawning. So SwordArt dies. But this is a lot of breathing room. G2 might finally get the mid tower. No, they don't. The fun thing about their composition is that they have Sion that scales infinitely with his W, and then Senna who likes souls. Like Senna has crazy amounts of souls. I thought it was weird that Perkz didn't sell an item and got Mortal Reminder. Mortal Reminder is so huge for him. The man has 480. Mortal Reminder is crazy good here because at this point in time, everyone in the enemy team is level 18. And you get so much value out of it. Randwin is okay. Randwin is okay. It's just sell fucking Yumus and get yourself a Mortal Reminder. With no Nash and the inhibitor spawning, this is a pretty awkward position for Suning. It's hard to build bigger leads. Now G2 are getting to the point where they can have an honest fight against Suning with no like clear advantage because they need to defend their base. So always keep in mind when you're pushing with Baron, you want to make sure that the waves crash at the same time. Your minions are your sixth man. When your minions pull more people to a specific location, you've succeeded. But when they can match you evenly, they are happy. Still, Mortal Reminder, please, Mortal Reminder. Banner of Command was the urn of items. Whoa, I just pulled out my cable. Well, Banner of Command was the urn of items because you didn't need to be good at the game to win the game. Like, it didn't require any skill at all. So Perkz with the cleanse. Leonol didn't land. Wunder is out and about. He charges Bin. I think Wunder played this good. And then also on top of that, like, Caps played this really fucking good too. Like, he fucking snaps Angel. Look at that. He snaps him. When Caps that people tell me Caps played terrible this game. Like, he didn't have conditions to succeed. And Caps is not superhuman. Yeah, he's not superhuman. He's not gonna do crazy things at Worlds when he's playing against fucking good players. Angel Di Maria played fucking good this game. Fucking look at that. G2 got mid-tier 1 at 42 minutes. Yay! Look at this Senna range. How nuts is that? Mortal Reminder would have been pretty juicy. Where's the Black Cleaver Ash, guys? Senna range, I think probably this is the highest amount of souls I've seen in a competitive game. Someone's gonna say, bro, there was this game in Brazil or Latam where they got 344 souls. Like, I mean in top 4 regions, okay? So this was crazy to me. Suning were like, we're gonna do Nash. Fuck it. They just give up the Drake. Because even here, you try to push against Infernal. Now I thought Suning... I thought G2 won the game here. I really thought they won the game. And I thought that Suning were crazy for looking for this fight. But they are running into the bean grinder. Look at the bean. Look at the bean. In post-interview, Angel mentioned they baited Dragon Souls so they could flank instead of fighting front to back. That is some insane gymnastics, man. That is super cool if he actually said that. So here it goes. Here I think G2, you just go into here, man. You go into here, you go into the dark area, you go into the coves over here, and then you just base. You lose maybe an inhib or some shit, but you're happy with it. Oh. Holy Randuin's Omen, guys. Boom. Randuin is so good, Kipo. Yeah, oh my god. I actually didn't see Mickey in all of this. Oh my god. I actually didn't see Mickey. It's actually pretty funny. But imagine they fire on these kids. Mickey going for the scenic route. That's pretty funny, actually. That's a good comment. What's so nuts here about what Bin does is that he hits the first barrel, which is 800 on both. Boom, shiggity swag. Randuin's Omen. So basically, Randuin's Omen saved about 200 damage here. Okay, that's what Randuin's Omen did, right? So Senna took 830, and then 1k is, of course, the Syndra. And then there's another barrel Roni here, okay? You see this barrel? You guys see the barrel here? I'm gonna outline it. There's a barrel right here. It has 2 HP right now. Boom. We play it. He gets pushed away. The Syndra ult lands. We have bomb plating. Here we have the Q on the barrel into flash auto. But they just didn't see the barrel and all of this messiness. Maybe if they kill the barrel, it's okay. Yeah, he has PD, he has MR. And this is not a Syndra ult with a lot of balls. And this just instantly won the game. But I'm going to be honest. If we look at this position here. Let's say G2 are looking here. They're looking here. Sion first. Mickey. They see this. They have information. They have vision on all. Look at the vision control, okay? One word, one word. Ward. There's wards everywhere. Very good vision control. Yeah, we've been annihilated them here. That's why you don't build the Andre. For that moment, to be fair, if we look at this game, G2 had a winning position at one point in the game. And Suning had a winning position at many different points in the game. Well, to be fair, Jankos was so far ahead that definitely you should... they could have done something. Wait, did Sofm actually take Gromp? He's actually killing Gromp. Holy shit. Oh yeah. IG, Suning, G2. Wow. What is... Imagine the only reason they don't know how to finish is because Sofm only has one mode, and that is like kill camps, take every camp. He just sees jungle camps. Basically, every jungle camp is like a little nexus for him. Just one nexus here, one nexus here, one nexus here. Maybe Suning need to tell Sofm that the nexus is a jungle camp. That would be sick. But anyways, to summarize, Suning were heavily winning after some of the fights. Caps was not set up to succeed with a double AP. They didn't know how to snowball a 3-0 lead on Lilia. She had jungle item advantage. They didn't use it to create any prio in the lanes, to create an active jungle situation. And Sofm played it like an absolute monster. G2 couldn't create any vision through their jungle prio, didn't create any prio in the lanes. It wasn't that great. Why aren't they celebrating? They are celebrating, no? They're chilling, man. Look at SwordArt, man. He's happy. Why don't they bow, man? Come on, G2 players. Just bow as you do a fist bump. It's respectful to bow. Arriving late, sub from Bolivia. Hello. Do you have predictions for tomorrow? My predictions for tomorrow is if a team is playing a team above them in the standings, they're going to lose. That's my prediction. Run away with it. 0-6 PSG. Rogue 2-4. JDG 4-2. And 6-0 Diamond. What about Rogue on a good day? We've seen Rogue on a good day. And I think Rogue played good. Yo, when I was in LCK, man, whenever I interacted with any culture that bows, I bow too, man. I love bowing, man. I love the idea of like bowing for respect is so good. Man, the handshake is so outdated, man. We're spreading germs. Some people have sweaty hands. Then I have to have their sweat on my hands. Someone scratched their balls. You know, it gets freaky. It gets very, very freaky.